It is bedtime, and every night before bed, I find myself saying, what is causing me to have to get up to go to work? Why do I need to get up and go to work? Besides the obvious, food on the table, the monthly utilities, and just having money in your pocket for everyday living expenses, it's literally right now my mortgage. And first and foremost, I want to say that I'm not mad about it at all. I am not mad about it because I know the reason why I have a mortgage. And that was to put our family in a better educational environment where the school districts are better and in an environment where there is calmness and there is peace. And I'm going to tell you something. It is worth every bit of it. It is worth every bit of it. Every bit of the money that I have to pay into the mortgage for the educational system and for my peace is worth it. It's literally worth it. But I think about what would happen if I had no mortgage. So right now, my mind is wandering and I'm thinking and I'm doing a whole lot of searching and searching just for ways to get my mortgage paid off fast, fast, and in a hurry. So that is the thing that I am thinking about now. And that's the goal that I have for myself. At first, I was like, oh, 10 years, let's have this mortgage paid off. But no, boo. 10 years. And the reason why I said 10 years was because I said that I would be retired by 10 years. And when I say retired, I just mean more so work optional, um or maybe I won't have to work as much or in a more of a like a freer type of job situation. When I say freer, I mean do the things that I want to do that's really not going to pay me that much. You know what I mean? And so if I get my mortgage paid off, then I can do that type of work or do things that I really want to do or not work as many hours or, you know what I mean? Reduce the workload. And I said that by 50, I would be reducing my workload or not working at all. And the way to do that is to get rid of this mortgage. But because I have been hyper focused on putting money in my investments, I've not been focusing as much on paying down my mortgage as I possibly can. But I know that that is the way to a freer life, having this mortgage paid off. And I was also thinking, you know what I mean? These things, and not just the mortgage, but a mortgage, a car payment, credit card debt, all of these things that we hold on to, all of these debts that we hold on to keep us working every day. Because think to yourself, what would happen if I did not have to pay a mortgage? What would happen if I didn't have to pay this car payment? What would happen if I didn't have these credit card bills? What would happen if I didn't have all of the expenses outside of, let's say, your regular property taxes or your utilities or yeah, your regular property taxes or utilities and insurances, right? What would happen if you didn't have to pay all of the extra stuff? Listen, you would be freer than a bird. You would be so free. So free. Right? So, with that being stated, we have to be mindful of the debts that we pick up because the debts that we pick up are causing us to have to work longer, harder, pick up second jobs, pick up side hustles, and do the most. These debts that we are acquiring are having us out here in these streets working hard. when we could just be relaxing and reading and gardening and doing the things that we like to do. So be mindful of all of the things that you're buying that you really don't need. Be mindful of all of the extra purses and shoes and sneakers that we're putting on credit cards. Be mindful of the type of car that you are going in to get that loan for, because you're going to have to pay for that for the next 5 years. And some of y'all getting car payments for 7 years. Be mindful, because these are the things that can keep you trapped. These are the things that will keep you trapped. And when I say trapped, I mean working. And it's not like we don't want to work. We literally want to work. I really love what I do. What I don't love is somebody telling me that I can't take a vacation when I want to. What I don't love is getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to be to work by 6:30. What I don't love is staying after work for whatever meetings, for whatever it is that I have to stay after for to get work done. Those are the things that I don't like, but I do like the job in and of itself. So it's not that we don't like to work. Of course, we do love to work, but don't you want to do those types of things on your own terms? Don't you want to be able to say, well, today I'm going to get up and I'm going to do work that I love, but I'm going to stop at a certain time. I'm going to start at a certain time. I'm going to make sure that I'm picking my daughters up from their bus stop. I'm going to make sure that I'm dropping them off at their bus stop. I'm going to make sure that I'm at their career day. I'm going to take time out to do this vacation because I need to for myself. We want to be able to do that. But because we have these 9 to 5s that are keeping us bound, no, the 9 to 5 is not keeping us bound. The debt is keeping us bound to the 9 to 5. The debt is keeping us bound to the 9 to 5. All of the extra stuff that we have to pay for is keeping us bound to the 9 to 5. But if you paid off your mortgage and you had no other payments, what would that mean? And I'm asking myself that very same question. What would that mean for me? If I paid off my debt, I have no other debt. If I paid off my mortgage and I have no other debt, that would mean a whole bunch of freedom for me. That would mean that I would have a life where I literally get to choose what I want to do on an everyday basis. I would have a life where I could drop my kids off at the bus stop and pick them up. I would have a life where I can physically go in to parent-teacher conferences and not have to talk through Zoom. I could have a life where I am home for dinner every night. And that is the type of life that I am choosing for myself. And so the goal for me is to get my mortgage paid off. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. It's going to be a huge load, but it's another goal that I'm going to set for myself. And trust and believe me, you. If you know me, if I set a goal, I'm going to accomplishment by any and all means. I'm literally going to accomplish my goal by any and all means. So if I say I'm going to have this mortgage paid off, I'm going to have it paid off way sooner than later. The goal was 10 years because I said that was my retirement at 50. That's like almost another decade for me. But man, I'm thinking that got to be sooner than that. That's going to have to be a little bit sooner than that. So the plan is working. The plan is working. And I want you to work your plan too. And I want you to think about, what would life be like if I had no debt? None of any kind. What would life be like?